What up, guys? Welcome back to the Barbell Brigade Talk Show. Today we got Silent Mike, and also everyone's been asking for him, JP. And since this is the first time that he's on our channel, we're gonna get to know you a little bit more.
Sounds good.
So the first question that everyone wants to know is, how did you gain your following?
Man, I honestly feel like people don't realize I was doing this for years, like prior. So I was already posting like 3 times a day on Instagram, and then my
For
wife.
how long?
Man, probably like 2-3 years at least, and I got maybe like 2,000 followers on there, and that was going nowhere. And my wife was like, "Hey, you should check out this app. It's called TikTok." And I was like, "Oh no, that's for children. That's a dancing app."
Started practicing your renegade.
Yeah.
Dude, she had to convince me. It was like probably like at least a few weeks, a month before she like finally convinced me to join. And at first, even then, I wasn't really that about it, because I would just scroll a bit, but it's addicting, right? So it learns your preferences, and that's when I was like, okay, I'll give it a chance. So I started posting some videos here and there, and the funny thing is, what really motivated me was I had a video of my sister-in-law's cats like fighting, and it went semi-viral, hundreds of thousands of views.
Videos on the internet?
Yeah, man.
Gold.
It went semi-viral, and then at that point, I told my wife, I said, if this can go viral, why not my other stuff, right? So I started posting constantly. So I think that the biggest thing with TikTok is just the quantity that you post, like putting your face out there. So when I first started, I was posting literally 20, 40 times in a day, and nobody believes that.
20 times, 40
believes
times in
that.
a
I believe
day?
Yeah, if you scroll back, like you can see I was posting constantly, like throughout the day, and it bugged my wife.
Oh
So
my
it got to the
God.
point where I was really just nonstop with TikTok on my phone all day, and it was like I was posting these videos.
Did
like,
you
in
already
the
have
car.
stockpiled content? That's why you had so much to post? Or
No,
you were
man.
just
I just-
shooting like 40 videos a day?
Yeah, people ask questions. Well, the thing about TikTok, you can like reply to the questions and stuff in the comments. So
Oh.
I was so used to not having an audience on Instagram that all this attention, I was like, man, I have to answer these people. There's so many people that need help. So I was just answering as many questions as I could, and that would end up being 20 plus videos in a day. And that kind of just propelled me to the For You page at that point. So within a month's time span, I had, 10, 20, 30K followers, and I had never seen that many. We literally celebrated 1,000 followers, And we celebrated 10,000 followers, and then within a week, it was like 30,000, 40,000. And I was like, whoa. Like,
We
this
need to
is
stop
crazy.
celebrating.
Yeah, we gotta stop
Spending too much
celebrating.
money.
My pockets can't handle this anyway. Yeah, we're not
Just
going
hammered
anywhere.
every day?
Exactly, man. And the funny thing is, like, I didn't even celebrate 2 or 3 mil at that point anymore, just because it was happening so fast. So, I mean, that was really
wish I had that
My
problem.
wife pushed me and everything. So, yeah, I mean, that was the main thing that got me on TikTok.
So you think it's the quantity? It's not like your content or maybe the way you deliver your content?
So I do think that, that's part of it.
Yeah.
Because there's people out there that pump out trash content all day long.
Yeah.
You have to, there was like a method to the madness, right? So I would think that you have to catch people within that first 3 seconds. Yeah. So I would try and say something like outlandish.
Yeah, like canceling squats.
Yeah,
He's the reason I can't squat anymore on TikTok. I'm not going to build quads, they tell me, JP.
And yeah, everybody's like, oh, you're so polarizing. You're doing it on purpose. You're just trying to go against the norm.
So yes, I am.
Yeah, and I was like, guys, I'm saying this stuff, like it's going against the norm, but it's also things that I really believe in and that I do. And I'm also not saying that you can't build a physique with this, because I did that stuff for the majority of like my lifting career. So
No, I'm just kidding.
Are you really against squats?
No.
he's just for myself.
The reason I started following you is you were one of the few on TikTok, sadly, that are level-headed. You never say this or that. You say, I like to do this, and this tends to work well. I never say, like, you can't squat to build legs. Because, like, people on TikTok do that, though. Like you said, for the reaction. I'm like, bro, and I know it's anecdotal.
Who says you can't squat to build legs?
Every single fucker on TikTok.
Really?
Swear. Bro, I got an argument with a 10-year-old telling me I can't squat.
Dude, and it's funny too.
Look at
because,
Ronnie
like,
goddamn Coleman.
yeah, the people that come onto your page are just not people in like the fitness industry or like that your niche. So it's just
wild.
these random people that are just talking shit, and they're just like, you guys don't even work out. Like,
Isn't that weird though? Like
Yeah.
I would never go to like a science or engineering TikTok,
Yeah.
like Neil deGrasse Tyson to go argue him about astrophysics. Like,
yeah,
I'm a
no.
meathead, dude. What do I know about Mars? Like, take your word for it.
Would you say that might be the biggest difference between like TikTok or Instagram or YouTube even, where like TikTok is more of the wild, wild west, so you can get anybody on your page?
Dude, exactly. I think that's why so many other creators get frustrated with it, just because the comments can be so toxic. So until you gain like a real following that actually likes what you're putting out, and that makes up the majority of your comments, it's basically just filled with these people who have no idea who you are or what you do, and all they have are these just negative opinions, and they're just trying to blast you on social media.
It kind of reminds me of like a 2012 YouTube. YouTube was similar
Wild
then
West
too.
back then?
A little
Yeah.
bit, where like people like arching in a
But
bench.
it was friendly
Sumo is
though.
cheating.
But it was friendly though.
I don't know, dude. Things just get pretty toxic.
People are mean, man.
Yeah, they really
Yeah.
are.
People are really mean.
And you would think maybe some of it has to do with the how anonymous you can be or not, because like Twitter, TikTok, a lot of people have no profiles. They got a little anime avi,
I
and they're
see.
just blasting you about.
It's
Well,
always
Goku
the-
didn't squat.
Yeah,
Like,
dude,
all
it's
right,
always
dude.
like the no profile, like
Yeah.
username with like 10 different numbers. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just like, come on, guys.
What got you into bodybuilding? I always feel like that's like, because most people, there's the first introduction into like bodybuilding or lifting weights is usually a funny story. So I'm interested, what got you into it?
Dude, so in high school, I was 120 pounds, 125 pounds maybe. I was a stick. I was really, really skinny. And I was just tired of it, honestly. Like we had a little weight set up in the room of the garage that nobody used.
What made you tired of it? Did you see your friends are just jacked and you're like,
I think that, I mean, part of it was just that like I really didn't know who I was at the time, right? So I think that I was trying to find something to put myself into. And actually, I think part of it was that I really didn't want to join sports. Like I didn't want to go and do sports, but I wanted to do something like active and something that I was like good at, that I was active. So yeah, so I hate sports, and nobody. If you do sports, you know you're not athletic.
Yeah,
Actually,
you can never
so-
build a physique
Yeah,
with
you
sports.
can't build a physique. Yeah, but no, dude. Like I just didn't want to go join sports. I wasn't interested in sports ever. Like I don't really watch sports or anything like that. But I wanted to do something that I could be good at, and it was at a time when I guess not many people were really like that competitive with lifting or like getting into it in the bodybuilding space. It wasn't until a few years later, I think, once I got into college, where people started to really pick up on bodybuilding. But I saw people like Kai Green, like Arnold. I would watch Tom Platz train. And it was just those dudes who trained super hard. And I like the kind of hardcore lifestyle. Like I was super hardcore with it, man. Like no deviation. I literally missed birthdays to hit a lift.
Wow.
Like up in the garage. Like it would be like a close family member's birthday. Oh, sorry, it's chest day.
Yeah.
You know?
so is it
And
like the
yeah.
intensity and that commitment that really like drew you in?
Yeah, exactly. I think I really just focused in on that. And it was, you know, once you see the first changes in the first 3 months, dude, it's like crack. Like you need more of that, right? You need another hit of that. So I was like, how far can I take this essentially? And I always had literally my first goal was I'm gonna go be a pro bodybuilder. That was my first goal. And now it's just like, I kind of just want to live a long time. So,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Things change.
Yeah, things change, man. Like perspective shifts. And everybody
What's the
says
first,
that, but
first split you ran?
dude, first split, you know Lane Norton? I think one of the first splits I ever ran, I can't remember what it's called now. I think it was fat, like, what was it, power, hypertrophy or something like that. I can't remember the full like split layout, but that was one of the very first programs I ran.
Is it push-pull legs with 3 being kind of power and 3 being kind of hypertrophy?
I think it was a 5-day split, maybe.
Yeah, but something similar.
Something similar to
Yeah.
that. But yeah, it was like a split between like power, like and hypertrophy days. And
So that's
it was,
pretty legit already.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's a pretty good
Lane,
workout.
Yeah, Lane's a
Yeah.
stud.
Because when I first started lifting, it was just bench and curl, like literally 5-6 days a week.
Yeah.
No back,
Yeah.
no legs, no,
Well,
just bench
I should
and
say
curl.
though, you asked me what the first split I ran was. So prior to
Yeah,
that, dude,
yeah.
it was the most bro stuff. I was literally like going into the room above the garage. I would bench 3 times a week, and then I would do curls,
That was me.
and then I would walk out, and that was it. Yeah, I would maybe do like 3 sets, leave. I didn't really understand what it took to build muscle at that
Where'd
point.
you learn some of the information? You said like Kai Green and some of these guys. Was it like magazines, YouTube, old VHSs?
So I feel like I watched a lot of YouTube back then, and I mean, when did you start on YouTube?
2007.
2007. So I was probably watching some of your stuff back then, even because I was watching. I know I was watching.
I
Your
didn't put
stuff.
on any fitness stuff until probably 2011 or 12 though.
Okay, so yeah, I was gonna say like around college, so like 2013 and into college, I remember watching a lot of your stuff because I was in college from like 2013 and up. So that was probably around that time period. But I do remember watching some of like the comedy stuff too from before that. But yeah, man, I think that like just seeing big people out there and just like what I could potentially look like. That's what really drove me. Just because I was always a skinny kid, and everybody in my family was like super skinny too. So I didn't really have any like role models in that sense. Because my parents always asked me like, "What made you do this? Like we don't like this stuff. Like why do you like this? You know?" And it was just such a weird thing for them.
Because most people have like I watched this movie or Bruce Lee or whoever, and there's like
I
this
like Bruce Lee
jacked
too.
idol, and they're like, I want to be like the jacked.
He definitely had influence on me too. And I don't know if it was just because I wanted to show people up that would always, because like, I'm Asian. Yeah, I'm sure you got it too. When you're a kid, like Jackie Chan, Bruce Lee. And I was like, you know what, they're already making fun of me for it. So I may as well just get jacked like Bruce Lee. And then what are they going to say? You know what I mean? He was definitely like I feel like a big idol for me when I was younger, just because like he was just this Asian dude who was crushing it, for his time period. And he was yoked. Like, I mean, now I wouldn't say he was yoked, but at
like
that time,
for sure.
to like a 14-year-old
Well, that
kid,
time,
I was
yeah.
like, that's yoked. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
you're super analytical with your approach to fitness and lifting, especially hypertrophy and some of the variations you throw out there. Where did you like figure some of that out? Did you dive deep into biomechanics? Was there different coaches you like to follow and you'd piece it all together?
So yeah, I feel like I would say my coaching is really just a mix of things that I like from a lot of like people that I respect within the industry, and like I've never made that something that's unknown or anything like that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, no one invented the wheel.
Yeah,
No one
exactly.
can ever
Yeah.
say they.
So I like to put out and shout out people that I really respect in the industry, like Paul Carter's like super smart, like biomechanics dude, like Tom Purvis, like he's if you don't know Tom Purvis and you say you're into biomechanics, then like you're not into biomechanics, because he's like the guy who basically started all of that, that movement, pioneering like new movements that really line up well with the muscles you're trying to work. Like N1 Education, like they're also doing great stuff, pioneering, new movements as well. But I would say those are like some of the top people I've looked at, like Chris Beardsley, another very, very smart dude. Like the research he puts out is just insane. Like tons of published
For free.
research. Yeah, man. And then also like the 3DMJ guys, I really like
Yeah.
them. Like Berto, Helms.
Yeah, those
all
are my
very,
guys,
very
man.
smart.
Those are my
Dude,
guys.
those are actually some of the people that I used to watch a lot back in the day, because I feel like they were one of the first people to really put out good like evidence-based content.
Yeah.
And
But don't they have the most boring content too?
No, man. I find it super interesting, and it's funny because in college I hated studying. I really didn't like studying, but now I feel like I'm so behind on like my knowledge. I still feel that way, that I have to constantly be trying to learn new things. Otherwise,
it is so
I'm just,
different. Like watching a video though, or like watching something or listening to a podcast than reading a textbook.
yeah, no,
It's so
exactly. Yeah.
I love the 3DMJ guys too. A lot of
Where are
the-
they from?
What? Berto's from NorCal.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think they're out in Cali here.
They're all in Sacramento, boys.
All of them? Not
Yeah.
all of them.
Yeah.
All of them.
Helms is in Sacramento too?
Yeah, he grew up in Folsom.
Have you ever linked up with them?
Yeah, those are my boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, great dudes.
Gotta get a lift.
Yeah,
A lot of the smartest guys on YouTube
are from Sacramento.
No.
That's fucking crazy.
are boring.
That's crazy.
Are
bro.
boring.
Dude, that's actually kind of nuts.
But that's
I
where all
didn't
the
think about
knowledge
that.
is. That's where all the knowledge is, though. Boring guys.
And would you rather be dumb and funny? Why can't, why can't we be smart and funny? Yeah, there's a random weird things, because I found all those guys through Ogus back in the day. That's where I learned a lot of my similar names and people I studied. It's all in Sacramento.
For
and he's still
someone that's
improving.
lifted as long as you, are you still in like a phase of trying to improve your physique year after year, or is it more of like a maintenance thing, or do you still like are trying to like shoot for the ideal physique?
So, I mean, I've been asked that before, and typically what I'll say is I don't even worry about it. I just try and keep doing the same thing I've been doing for years.
You
which
just
is
enjoy the training.
Yeah, just go balls to the wall. I just push myself. I don't assume that I can't make progress anymore. Because I feel like once you start to do that, and I've had clients do that, they're like, oh, I've been lifting 5 years. I think I'm kind of capped out now. So just kind of going through the motions. And I'm like, well, that's why you're not making progress anymore. So I still see improvement within my lifts. So I'm going to keep doing it until I guess I reach that point, that age cap where things just start to fall off. And then maybe we'll look at some TRT or something.
I don't know if they do, like obviously they do because we die, but like so many people just stop before they find anything, right? Like if you train from 20 to 50, do you know anyone that trained really, really well from 20 to 50? I don't.
I know one guy, he's really grumpy.
Well, that example.
Bolo from the original Monterey Park 24-hour fitness I used to train at.
And now he's grumpy?
He's just a grumpy guy, but he's fucking jacked for a 70-year-old.
Yeah.
Like those piano string hamstrings
Yeah.
at 70, dude.
Because most people like give up, quit, or you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I don't think you're gonna gain 10 pounds of mass when you're 50, but we just don't know because people aren't that dedicated.
Have you seen that Asian dude, I think out in Hawaii, whose name is like Mike something, I think? And he does like the suitcase deadlifts and stuff like that. He doesn't even train for hypertrophy, but he's shredded. And
Yeah.
he's probably like 60 plus years old, but he looks very young.
Is he the bald? He's bald?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you know what I'm
yeah,
talking
yeah.
about?
Oh,
he
he's
looks really good, right?
jacked, yeah.
And he doesn't even train for hypertrophy. And
No.
I'm just like, guys, like lifting is the fountain of youth.
He
Yeah,
just
I
moves.
think it
He
is
just
too.
moves every
Yeah.
day.
I really think it is.
I don't know if he's like take anything to help with that or anything. But I mean, even if he is,
No.
he looks
He
amazing.
looks natural to me, but
Yeah,
he just
he could be for
moves
sure.
every day. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, especially if he's been doing it since his like 30s, 40s, then I mean, he could have built a great base, and now he's just shredded all the time and still lifting, some solid weight. So that's kind of like goals, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. If
for
I can
sure.
if I can continue doing that into my 50s, 60s, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, guys, if you like this video, let us know in the comments below. And if there's any scary questions you want us to ask JP, put in the comments below, and we'll bring them back next time. So you guys
Scary?
Yeah.
Spooky?
Spooky.
Am I gonna cry?
Yeah.
All right.
See you later.